U.S. industrialization process. In the early 19th century, the United States was completely political and economic independence through the War of 1812. The need for supplies and the British blockade during the war stimulated the development of American national industry. A large amount of idle capital was also forced to invest in the country because it could not be exported, which pushed the United States to start a new era of industry. This in turn attracted a lot of American capital from abroad to return to the domestic manufacturing industry, which strengthened industrial capital. The transportation revolution that took place after the end of the war in turn promoted the development of industrial and commerce and the development of the Western territories. At the same time, the United States left its policy of restricting immigration, and a large number of immigrants were attracted to the West. By 1820, the population west of the Appalachian Mountains had more than doubled from before the war, and the western regions of Indiana, Mississippi, Illinois, and Alabama were incorporated into the United States. Foreign immigrants are also beginning to enter the United States. Among them, British immigrants brought mature technology to the United States in the textile, printing and dyeing, mining, smelting, and other industries. British capital also came to the United States. Thus began the process of industrialization in the United States. The slavery issue. By the 50s of the 19th century, the textile industry in the northern region had basically realized mechanization and found a factory system, which marked the basically completion of the Industrial Revolution in the North. During by industrial capital, the United States launched a war of aggression against Mexico, acquiring about 2.45 million square kilometers of land from Mexico. The Mexican-American War began with the exploitation of Mexican territory by plantation slave owners in the southern United States. In the first half of the 19th century, with the deepening of the Industrial Revolution in Britain, the demand of cotton increased. Plantation slave owners in the American South then worked to expand cotton production, which was then sold to Britain in exchange for most of the industrial goods they needed. Slavery in the American South was thus largely detached from its war market and became a vessel of Europe's industry. The contradiction between the capitalist economy of the North and the slave plantation economy of the South became increasingly acute, and this conflict was concentrated in the struggle for land in the West and the abolition of black slavery. In the decades leading up to the Mexican-American War, the South had tried to balance the population growth of the North by increasing the number of slavery states, but the North opposed it. At the Constitutional Convention, the issue of slavery needs led to a split in the Union, and finally, after greater concession from the northern states, and two sides reached three compromise terms to protect slavery. The Missouri Compromise of 1820, the Walmart Compromise of 1850, and the Kansas-Nebraska Compromise of 1854. But as the Mexican-American War grew, the North and the South fought more furiously over new territories, and the focus became more and more focused on the survival of slavery. North-South contradiction intensified. The church in the United States was also embroiled in the debate over slavery. The Northern Church defended the emancipation of slaves through an interpretation of the Bible, while Southern Church leaders used convention ideas to provide a rationale for the preservation of slavery. As a result, the Presbyterian Church in the United States spread in 1837, and the Methodist and the Baptist Church were deeply divided. On the other hand, the people of the North also launched a huge abolition movement, which triggered continued riots of black slavery in the South. The Northern bourgeoisie formed the Republican Party in 1854 and began to advocate the abolition of slavery. Southern slave owners imposed slavery by force in the same year, and the Kansas then focused immense resistance from Western farmers and immigrants from the first state. This Kansas Civil War lasted until 1859. When Abraham Lincoln was elected president on November 6, 1860, the North and the South began to split. South Carolina announced its withdrawal from the Union, followed by similar Southern states, and began seizing Northern assets, including military installations. On February 18, 1861, the Southern states established the Confederate States of America and elected Jefferson Davis as president.